Please enjoy the story Letters to the Boy in a Coma by Coma. Letter 1. To the Boy in a Coma. Do you remember me? Why am I even asking? How could the amazing, beautiful quarterback remember a loner like me? Though I do hope you have the memories we shared with one another still in your mind's eye. My name's Flora, the girl who was there for you when your pale face showed no sign of warmth. I was there for you when your intimidating body fell onto the tiled floor as everyone stood and stared at you. I yelled at people to call an ambulance. All they did was yell at their amazing quarterback to get up and stop playing around, or else you'll be getting it from coach. So I called myself as your head laid on my lap, your white hair strands all over your face. When the ambulance came and lifted you up, I felt empty, but also felt a warm substance on my lap. It didn't take long for me to notice you had a huge gash on the back of your head as blood oozed from it. I yelled at them to be more careful with you, but of course all I got was a snarky remark or dirty looks from everyone. It didn't surprise me though. I get these looks wherever I go. Though I tend to say the most random and stupid shit just to make people wonder what the hell is wrong with her. And I can't help but answer. Everything went wrong in my life and now everything's going wrong in yours. And hopefully that everything makes you realize bad things can happen to anyone. Letter 2. To the Boy in a Coma. Listen, I don't know why I'm doing this. I don't know why I'm writing to you. Hell, I don't even know why I'm even visiting you. But I do know this. You need to know how I feel about this situation. You need to know I might seem okay, but I'm not. But you'd expect me to. I mean, if your ex-best friend you were in love with your whole life suddenly blacks out in front of everyone, would you be alright? But you need to know that whatever happens to you, I'll be there for you. I'll always be there for you. Even after what happened to us. I won't let you go through this alone, Mason. Letter 3. To the Boy in a Coma. Nobody from school went to visit you at the hospital. I would know since I've been there every day after school. That was until this afternoon. At 2:30 to my surprise, a raven-haired boy was standing in the corner of the room, glaring at your bed set. But when I was going to ask him about you, he got up and left quickly. But I could tell you hurt him, just like you hurt me. But why? Letter 4. To the Boy in a Coma. They have group counseling every day during and after school. 1 to 4 o'clock. Over 100 kids have gone to the counselors today. But, due to so many people going to them, they had long lines outside their offices. I stood on the sidelines, seeing people fake crying as the friends or boyfriend comfort them. I couldn't help but scoff at their fake tears. They didn't care. They never did. You knew that. I knew that. Everyone knows that. They're fake and they will remain fake. I suppose it's not bad to be sad that someone from their school is on the verge of death. That's not the bad thing. The bad thing is them acting like you were lifelong friends. People all of a sudden want to act like your friend when something either bad or good happens to you. People are just like that, I suppose. They ignore you until everyone else starts to notice you. Letter 5. To the Boy in a Coma. I don't feel good. Do you? Why am I even asking? You're the one who's hanging on to your life with one hand as you want to die. Do you want to die? I do. But this isn't about me, now is it, little Mason? You don't want to die. I know you don't want to. You want to be the best of the best. Be treated like the best of the best. Are you still the little boy who wanted to be the first white-haired doctor to save someone's life? But you'll be the first white-haired football player in NFL. You let your father get to you. You forgot who you really are. Find yourself before it's too late. And it's not too late. Not yet. Letter 6. To the boy in a coma. I hate school. You don't, right? I mean, how could you? People practically lick the floor you walk on. You're their king, loyal to everyone and everything. Why? Why be so kind to the people who treated you like shit? Why be so forgiving for the people you know won't think twice about you? They didn't even know who you were until you made that winning touchdown. They're just fake Mason. But you knew that, right? Letter 7. To the boy in a coma. I know this isn't the time to be bearing bad news, but you should know this. Your girlfriend, Kelly, asked me to sit with her and me told her to fuck off. She seemed shocked but walked away talking about how awful I looked. I knew what she was planning. I would sit down next to her. They would say how pretty I am. Try to get me into thinking they're amazing. Then Michael would spill her fruit punch on me and yell at me for either ruining something about her or to stay away from you. I've been through it before. Fuck her. Oh wait, how stupid of me. You already did. Letter 8. To the boy in a coma. I've been where you are right now before. I've been in a hospital bed. I've been in the popular circle. I've been on the verge of death. Now tell me, does it feel good to forget everyone who ever loved or cared about you? 'Cause trust me, it hurts like hell for me. But hey, don't worry, I've been hurt worse, mentally and physically of course. My family is just as fucked up as I am. Remember my dad? The funny jokester who couldn't help at all but laugh. He has cancer. You know, my loving mother who couldn't help but give everyone smiles. She having an affair behind my father's back. She hasn't smiled nor talked to us in years. And you remember my brother, Jason? The little boy who would always listen to our conversations and steal our candies. Well, now he's stealing girls' hearts and breaks them into shards. Let's just say one fucked up family can do a lot to a broken girl. But I love them with my life. For as long as I have it at least. Letter 9. To the boy in a coma. I don't even know why I bother to write, in general. You see, Mason, writing used to be a thing I did for fun. Now it's just a drug I use for when I need it the most. Writing was my escape. Was it? But the thing is, not only does it keep me busy for hours and hours, it keeps my mind into thinking this. The world is perfect. It has the most perfect people who treat everyone equally. It makes me believe anything good can happen. My mind lies to me. Why would I want to do something that is full of lies? Why would I do something that makes me believe in happiness? You told me A+ would advise those to not believe in lies, to keep your ground and believe in something even when no one else isn't. But the thing is, why haven't you taken it? Letter 10. To the boy in a coma. The raven-haired boy was in your room today when I walked in on the Friday afternoon. He sat on the chair next to your bed as he typed away on his laptop, not noticing me there at all. I didn't bother to say anything to him though. I wasn't in the mood for being walked out on or ignored. Not for a third time that day. So I took the seat across from him and took out my notebook and pencil and began writing. But you see, the thing is, we were the only two people to visit you out of the whole high school, and yet it seemed like you weren't in the room with us. Everyone talks about you at school whenever they can. It's as if you're still in school but not at school. It sucks really, having to hear people act as if they cared for you, but right when the bell rings they forget all about you. They don't waste their energy or gas to walk a mile to come see you. It's rude and cold-hearted if I say. But like I asked before, why have 100 fake friends than one true friend? Letter 11. To the boy in a coma. Do you hear me when I come into your hospital room? Do you hear the endless yelling your parents have with one another about your health and football career? Or the conversations between me and your sweet sister? Is your body sleeping but your mind's awake? You can't feel anything, but hear and think the way you always did? Probably not though, just a conspiracy theory. But conspiracy theories are the best theories of all. Especially the alien ones, but you always hated them though. You were too much of a chicken to watch any sort of videos with aliens or Bigfoot ones. Are you still a chicken? Letter 12. To the boy in a coma. Everyone expects you to wake up. We all expect you to wake up. You will. Everyone's trying to find the positive side. They think, what would Mason do? How would Mason do this? How would Mason think if someone he loved was in a coma? How would you feel if you were with us and not sleeping soundlessly? Would you be the happy football player who hides his feelings deep within him? Would you ignore me because you still hate me? You probably would. I don't blame you either. When you wake up, will you at least notice my existence? Or would we go back to the way we were? Please don't let us go back. Letter 13. To the boy in a coma. The raven-haired boy took his usual spot today in the hospital room. But instead of going on his laptop he looked at me confused. Who are you to him? He asked as I couldn't but from and look at your pale, almost lifeless body. I was his best friend. You? I couldn't help but question as he just smirks at me, pulling his black beanie more down on his hair. So was I. It was quiet after that, but I couldn't help but wonder how I didn't know this boy. He told me his name was Luke, and that you two were in football together. He seemed so proud to say that, yet a glint of sadness shadowed through his eyes. He had said he got kicked off the team for doing something he hadn't done, and you two haven't spoken since. Why did you stop? Why did you stop being who you truly are? I won't do a lot of these, but I made it to his hot list. Thank you guys so much for reading this story. Like this story has been my favorite one to write. It has so many lies and heartbreaks that I just can't. I've thought this story through to the end. So thank you to everyone who is reading this book. Please give it a shot cause I've put my hard work into the storyline. Thanks you. Till next time, PYAE. Letter 14. To the boy in a coma. It's been 2 months and you're still sleeping, but we still all have hope you'll wake up. I have hope that you'll wake up. You need to wake up. Your parents are constantly fighting with each other whenever I walk in the room. Your sister cries for you to wake up. But why won't you? People miss you, Mason. We all miss you. Just please wake up. Please. We need you. I need you. I don't know how long I can't go without knowing you're okay. It hurts that you're hurting. Just please wake up. Please. Letter FIFTEN. To the boy in a coma. We had the assembly about you today. It was sad really. Your whole football team stood up on stage as the cheerleaders stood below them spreading their legs getting ready to do a dance. Me and Luke of course stood on the corner of the gym far away from the crowd. The team talked about how they hope to win their last game and go to state just for you, your best friend. Toby was next to speak, saying how he'll work his ass off just for you. But what ass exactly? They then screamed like idiots as the crowd cheered and the cheerleaders did some stupid-ass flips. Luke was hoping that one of them would fall off the triangle and make a big scene so he wouldn't have his next period. I, of course, told him to shut up as I pulled a poster off the wall with your face on it. It read, "Try something you've never done, be someone you've never thought you'd be." Inspiring really. Yet why can't I get the memo? Letter 16. To the boy in a coma. The school actually served good food today. All thanks to you. They made lasagna saying that it was your favorite. Why did you lie to them? You despise lasagna ever since you accidentally ate a spider that was on it. Why didn't you tell them your fear for that food? I sat with Luke at an empty table across from your old one. We've been getting close lately. I might consider him my friend. He knew your hatred for lasagna, so instead of getting it, he got a salad. Sad, I know. Toby took your regular seat, next to your girlfriend. He seemed like an asshole that was hiding beneath the good looks. Is he an asshole? Your girlfriend had her beautiful smile on display as she took quick glances at me and Luke as if bothered by us. Why would she waste her time by staring at us? I don't even know. Your table was extra full today though. More boys and girls there. They were all smiling and laughing with each other. They looked alive, yet so dead. You could tell they were faking excitement to be around each other. When they leave they'll talk the most shut about everyone. Is that what you did? Okay, I updated 3 times today, and that because I would like to thank everyone for reading and commenting in my book. Also, I was told I had written chapter 1 twice, so I now have to change every chapter. Mind you, there are 56 XD. But thank you guys again. Letter 70. To the boy in a coma. Have you ever felt as if you just didn't belong in this world? Felt as if you were born for no reason? I really hope not. You were too kind to be going or feeling like that. Or at least I thought you were. To be honest, I have mixed feelings for you. I love you because you were, and always will be, my best friend, but I also despise you because of what you did to call off our friendship. I don't think I can ever forgive you for that. I suppose though the thought of you feeling that way makes me sad and guilty. That I couldn't prevent you from feeling that way, or stop you from feeling that way. But did you ever stop me from feeling that way? Letter 8. To the boy in a coma. Do you feel cold when you sleep? I try to put as much covers on you to prevent you from freezing, but your skin somehow is like Edward Cullen. Luke came in the room with a huge drink in his hand. He had said it was your newest favorite drink and he thought it would surely wake you up. He carefully placed the mysterious drink over your nose carefully. Your heartbeat speed up, causing both of us to freeze in shock. You're here. You know we're here for you. I couldn't help but squeal and grab onto your big hand. Does this mean you'll be awake? Does this mean you'll go back to your regular life? And somehow that makes me frown. Would you want to go back to your regular life? Probably, and I don't blame you. You got the girls, the fame, the looks. Luke smiles at me happily as he puts the drink beside me and takes a seat next to me. Trying to keep my eyes letting tears fall, I look at Luke questionably. What was the drink? He smiles at me, lifting the small cup in his hand. Chocolate milk with chocolate chip crumbles and coconut water. Weird, I know. I could help but smile at his response as I look down at my lap. That's my favorite too. Letter 9. To the boy in a coma. It doesn't feel right. Something doesn't feel right. When I walked in my house after visiting you, my mother was there. She was lying on the couch soundlessly asleep as Jason was playing games in his room. But something just didn't feel right. And as I lay here on my bed writing you this letter, I can't help but think that I'm the problem. Maybe I'm the reason you're where you are today. Maybe I'm the reason my mother leaves for hours. Maybe I'm the reason my family hates me. Letter 20. To the boy in a coma. I didn't go to school today. Instead I stayed with you in your cold hospital room hoping you'll be okay. It was quiet. No sign of anyone wanting to talk or wanting to even show that they were living. Your sister called me saying your heart stopped last night, and if she hadn't stayed with you overnight even though she wasn't supposed to, you would be dead. I couldn't live if you aren't. The doctors came in saying they don't know what happened but that your body just had been going through some kind of shock. Your heart stopped beating as your body all of a sudden started to go really pale. When I walked into your room a doctor was taking you blood and you sister and mother were crying looking at your body. I took a seat across from your bed as I just looked at your pale body, your white hair all over your face as your body was frozen. His heart was giving out. It was as if his brain was giving up. But we got his heart working again. But we're talking blood just to make sure it won't happen again. The doctor says taking out the needle from your arm as he leaves with your blood. Your mother left after him. Then your sister. Why? Why just try to end your fighting just like that? You're smarter than that, Mason. You need to fight like everyone else. You need to have hope like everyone else. Letter 21. To the boy in a coma. How do you feel? I keep forgetting to ask that. Are you cold, sad, lonely, emotional? Your cold still body lies on the bed as if it were a rock. Your eyes tend to twitch, but whenever I tell a doctor they never seem to believe me. They think I'm crazy, and they're right. I haven't eaten in days. Staying up all night does have its toll on me, I suppose. There were dark bags under my eyes whenever I looked in the mirror. I tried not to look in the mirror often. I tried not to look in the mirror at all. My ugly reflection would stare back at me. It was as if staring at the most ugliest thing in the world and pitying it. My eyes would roam over all the scars all over my skin and all I would do is flinch. Letter 22. To the boy in a coma. There was a girl talking to Luke today during lunch. But when I went to sit down in my seat she walked away before I could even ask them anything. Turning to Luke, I have him a wink which only made him laugh blushing. He leans down on his chair as he pulls his beanie down as he pulls out a random book from his pocket. Who was she? I asked as he sighed looking at the red-haired girl who was staring at him as a bunch of her peers were talking to her. Someone to make me forget about the one I love. Letter 23. To the boy in a coma. Luke changes the subject whenever I mention Abby, which I learned was a redhead's name, and there's a side I've never seen of him. He's more blushy and soft whenever her name is heard around him, and I can help but smile at his love for her. If only they both knew how they felt about each other. He reminds me of a girl who really loved the boy but didn't want him to know, so she acted like they were friends. But if only she knows that she'll fuck up. Abby was a sweet girl, surprisingly the opposite of her sister. Your girlfriend. Wait, do you still want to call her that? I mean, I get it. You love her and shit, but she did cheat on you with your best friend. But hey, I don't judge if you still want to be together. Luke told me that he doesn't want to tell his feeling to Abby because he's afraid of the rejections and the aftermath of it. But when will guys learn that telling a girl you love her is the best thing in the world? And if you really love her, you wouldn't care about the rejection. It took the soul and heart to tell someone you love them, and it's such a shame I have no experience with love. We made it to number 202. Let's see if we can make it to top 100. Thanks so much for the support, guys. So today I will do a triple update. For a bug, thank you. Letter 20. To the boy in a coma. Everyone's given up. They think you'll stay your pale lifeless self. Stay dead. They think you won't make it to any of their football games. You won't go to any classes. You won't sit at their table. They stop putting teddy bears next to your locker. They stop talking about you. They stop caring. I seen your girlfriend today. She was with your best friend Toby. They were in the corner making out with each other. I tried to yell at them but couldn't bring myself to it. Just seeing them together hurt me like it would have hurt you. So I walked away, like I always do with my demons. Luke told me if I wanted to come with him to visit you. I of course said yes. It seemed as if we were the only people who remembered you, cared for you. I went to the counselor today. It's getting worse. I'm getting worse. I told her what was wrong with me. I battle my own mind. She just said I'd get better and talk to my friends. I laughed at her though. What friends? She thought talking to friends would help my fucked up mind. She was wrong. I told her my only friend is the boy I still need to figure out. She asked about you, but I couldn't bring myself to answer her. I couldn't take the rejection again. Letter 25. To the boy in a coma. There's something wrong with my heart. Whenever I think of you it skips a beat. Whenever I think of that fatal night it stops beating. It hurts. It hurts knowing that I can't do anything to stop me from thinking everything is my fault. We're not friends anymore. And it's my fault people are losing hope. That it's my fault you're hanging on to life or death. Everything bad is my fault. And I hate knowing I've caused everyone pain. I hate knowing I caused you pain. Letter 26. To the boy in a coma. Do you think you'll remember me when you wake up? Do you think you'll talk to me when you wake up? I hope so, for these sleepless nights and letters were for absolutely nothing. And by that, I mean I hope these letters would make you elite. I miss being friends with you. Your sister says how much she loves me and Luke for staying with you when no one else would. Your dad installed the Wii saying that it's still your favorite game console and thought we should have some entertainment in the room. Me and Luke played Mario Kart whenever we could and I played my old Wii character and he played as a guest. Remember all the times we would play anything as long as we were with each other was all that mattered. I miss that. Letter 27. To the boy in a coma. Jason came with me to visit you. He has said that he wanted to at least see if you were still alive. When he looked at you he couldn't help but look away with sadness. Your pale sweaty skin made your white hair stick onto it as you looked like Jason Blossom and Edward Cullen combined together as he said. You looked so lifeless and sad, yet all I wanted to do was pray that you won't give up just yet. You'll keep fighting. You need to keep fighting. Jason sat beside your bed rest as I stood next to him. He asked if we were friends and I quickly replied with the answer you think would be best. No. Letter 28. To the boy in a coma. Rejection hurts a lot. It hurts like hell. It feels as if your heart broke and burned into ashes a million times, never getting used to the pain. Rejection hurt more from the person you loved your whole life. You put your heart out and all they say is they don't feel the same way about you. Rejection hurts when all you could think about was happiness. When you somehow think maybe just maybe that person felt the same way about you. But no, they felt the opposite. I guess I shouldn't be whining though. Rejection made me into what I am today. Me. Letter 29. To the boy in a coma. I've tried before. I've tried to hurt myself the way you hurt me. That never works though. Either my wrists don't bleed as much like they should, or the rope isn't tight enough. I've tried to take my life away, but of course I couldn't. I wouldn't do that. Not to Jason. He needed me. He needed to make sure his big sister was there for him until he turned 18. 18. When I tried to hang myself or had the small tabs in my hand, my life flashed before my eyes. You flashed before my eyes. But I don't stop. I won't stop. I couldn't stop. You hurt me so bad that nothing could compare to the pain you made me go through. But Jason came in each time saving me from my happiness. He was my hero. I was his demon. Letter 30. To the boy in a coma. My mom came back this afternoon. I was in the kitchen helping Jason with his homework. She wore fancy clothes, shiny jewelry and a $1 million smile. We knew what she'd been doing now, but he still doesn't. I don't think I can tell him just yet. I can't tell up. Stress makes his cancer spread more. Being broken-hearted will kill him. I can't let anyone in my family die from a broken heart. My mother looked at the both of us smirking as she takes out a flask and chugs it. Noticing our stares, she puts the flask towards us. Or more like towards Jason. Want some? The look on Jason's face said it all, and the look on hers should have never been there. Fuck you. I knew I shouldn't have. I knew I would regret it later. But she was going to give her 6-month sober son a drink of liquor. He worked so hard and I wasn't going to let him fail and ruin his life. I don't want him to turn out like me. Letter 31. To the boy in a coma. Everything I could have ever regret happened that night, and I don't think I should write it in a letter, but I'll tell you when you wake up. Just don't talk to my mom about the subject. Your heart's been slowing down. They don't think you'll make it any longer. Your parents are giving up on you, but Polly is telling them otherwise. She and I are taking extra shifts at the diner and library to pay for your hospital bill. We need hope. We need you. Letter 32. To the boy in a coma. I feel like I'm bipolar when it comes to you. I love you but I hate you. I love you and how you treat others and how you act, but I hate you because of what you did to me in that fateful night. It's my grudge that holds on you for breaking my heart, but it's my broken heart that leaves my mind into thinking I'm still in love with you. I am in love with you. But I know you don't feel the same way. You've told me already. But a part of me doesn't want to believe you, and it's that part of me been scared of. Letter 33. To the boy in a coma. It's been 2 weeks since I've last written to you. 11 months since you've been in a coma. Your parents are having trouble paying your hospital bills. They're having trouble taking to each other. When I woke up beside your pale body, I couldn't help but cry. Cry and cry. I didn't want you to go, even if we go back to the way we were. I can't have you dying on me. I can't have you leaving this world before I do. I wouldn't live with myself if you died. I can't live with myself if you die. Letter 34. To the boy in a coma. My hope for you is still high, but others are going low. Everyone has been losing hope and starting to think you won't make it. You will. I need you to make it. Though. I know you will. You won't give up, will you? Letter 35. To the boy in a coma. They're saying you're not going to wake up, and I'm not believing it. Your heart is getting weaker. You're getting weaker. It hurts to see you like this. You've gotten more pale. Your eyes somehow have gotten darker. Your lips form into a frown as they're almost as white as snow. But I'm not giving up on you yet. But your family already has. They're talking about pulling the plug in 2 months. Don't think I can be there. I can't be there. I can't bear to see the boy who everyone thought would make it big in this world suddenly crash down, destroying his dreams. You don't deserve to have your dreams destroyed. Letter 36. To the boy in a coma. I wasn't the only one who couldn't take you having your life taken away. Raven cried beside you as he held onto your blanket. He kept whispering things into the covers as he wiped his tears with his sleeves. Polly cried, hugging me tightly as she held onto her stomach and smiling sadly at me, a stream of tears rolling down her face. He was going to be an uncle. I couldn't help but gasp at the news as I looked at her stomach, then at you. You are going to an uncle, Massey? Your parents cried, hugging each other as they looked at your lifeless body. I stayed there all night. I even hid in your bathroom so the nurses couldn't kick me out after visiting hours. I laid down next to you as I cried on your chest. I can't have another person I love leave me. Letter 37. To the boy in a coma. I can't find the inspiration to write to you. I just can't. Whenever I write a letter I think it might be your last, and I don't want my last letter to you have no meaning. I didn't visit you yesterday, or the day before that, or the day before that. But I found myself walking down the same hallway to your quiet room. You laid still on your bed as small sweat beads rolled down your forehead. I walked in, closing the door as I dropped my book bag behind it. School's been hell. I've been getting no homework, leaving my mind to think about you. Luke's been ignoring Dobby sadly, and I've become lost in my own head again. It sucks, knowing you won't be having a staring contest with me across the lunchroom like we usually awkwardly do. It sucks knowing I won't be seeing you smile, and no one will see me smile either. Letter 38. To the boy in a coma. I'm weak. I was born weak. I was made to be weak. I'm mentally challenged. I'm mentally ill. You didn't cause this. My mother didn't cause this. Your football team didn't cause this. Kelly didn't cause this. I caused it. I'm messed up. One day you love to talk about how much fun we had 2 years ago. Then I start to think of that light and how you changed the both of us for good. But why do it? Why tell all your friends you wouldn't bother to be friends with a mentally fucked up bitch like me? Letter 39. To the boy in a coma. Popularity. Popularity can change anyone, even if they don't notice. If it's to the way they look, to the way they act, someone always notices. Best friends notice when their best friend lets popularity get to their head, gets to them. They start to change the way they act towards you, the way they talk to you, the way they see you. I noticed you changed, but you didn't believe me back then. Do you believe me now? Letter 40. To the boy in a coma. The difference between me and you is the difference between fire and ice. We're polar opposites, yet whenever in contact one of us dies, it's as if we were never meant to touch, never meant to like one another. We would get hurt in the end if we did. Yet I never listened. Or at least that's what I tell everyone. I'm the girl who doesn't give two shits about anyone or their opinion. Lies. I like I care about what people say about me. I cared what people think of me. Why else would you think I would become popular with you? Because I didn't want you to think any different of me. That didn't work though. I pretend not to care what my mother calls me by either going to my room or leaving the house, when in reality her and your words echo in my mind 24/7. I guess I just need to stop listening and caring and